one more Flip Classroom Casino Night video. A few thoughts before we get started. Please understand that some people get into trouble with gambling for money, and often they end up losing way more money than they can afford to lose. Don't let that be you. This video is provided for fun purposes. My attempt is to teach you how to play some fun casino games for chips, not for money. And anyway, what's better than a fun game between friends? So now I'd like to show you how one of my favorite poker games is played. This game is called 7-Card Stud, and this game is, as it's called, you have 7 cards. Now you make your best poker hand using 5 of those 7. So this game is kind of different than the other 2 games we've played in that you have a few cards that you don't need to use in your hand. Now this is interesting. The way this game works is you get 2 cards down, followed and 1 card up, followed by a betting round. You get 3 more cards up, each followed by a betting round, and then the last card is down again. So by the end of the deal, you have 7 cards, 3 that nobody else sees, and 4 that everybody can see. So let's show how one hand might develop. Here we go. All right, so you get 2 cards down and then 1 card up. Now this is what everybody else sees. Here's what you see. So right now, we don't have a whole lot in this hand, but there would be a betting round, and then another card comes out. Now we have an ace showing, and remember, with other players, you're going to see what they have as well. Then you get your 3rd up card. Woo! Now this person paired up their aces. You bet they're probably going to start betting. Last up card, we have a jack. So far, this person just has a pair of aces. However, they're looking really strong on the board. So that means the other players might be intimidated by that. So there's the last betting round, and then the last card is down. We're going to show it up just so you can see it. Now this player is feeling really good. They've got 2 pair, and they're pretty high pairs. There's a pair of jacks and a pair of aces. So they would have a final betting round, and then whoever would show based on who was left and who did the last raise, etc. Okay, so now let's play a game with chips and make this happen. Okay, so first thing we have to do is everybody has to ante. That would be $3 in the middle. And here comes the deal. The down cards start us off. Nobody sees these but the individual players. And then followed by some up cards. There's a queen of spades, there's a 6 of spades, and the dealer's got a 2. All right, so now let's take a look at these hands. So this player's got a 7-3 with a queen showing. This player's got a king 8 with a spade, with a 6 of spades showing. And here's the nice thing is there's 3 spades there. So this player's like kind of interested in that. So tell you what, we're going to put these cards a little bit away. So these are the down cards. Remember, nobody else gets to see those but the player. And then my down cards are, holy moly, look at that. I've got 3 2s. So I'm looking really strong. I might not start betting hard right away, but I'm going to ramp up just because 3 2s is a really good hand. Plus, I could improve that, maybe get a full house, maybe 4 of a kind, things like that. All right, so betting round starts with the queen. That's the highest card of the 3 up cards. So they're going to bet 1. They're not feeling really strong. They don't have anything yet. They just have a nice high queen. So this player stays in, and of course, I'm going to stay in for that. No problem. Now, we're going to get another up card. We got a 10, we got an ace with the 6, and we've got a 6 with the 2. So no real change showing or with our hands overall. We still have about the same thing we always had. So now this player is high with their ace. They're going to bet, and they're going to stay with 1. That's a good bet. I'm going to stay in with 1, and they're going to bet 1. Now, I might have bet harder just because I do have 3 of a kind, but I'd rather let the pot grow a little bit before I start doing that. Okay, here comes another up card. We've got a pair of queens there. We've got a pair of kings there, and I've got a pair of 6s. Now, this is pretty amazing. I have a full house in 5 cards. So I'm pretty confident that I'm going to win. Plus, this is good for me, although I wouldn't know it. Here's a pair of kings, and here's a pair of queens. So these players are going to be motivated to stay in this game, so maybe I can win a little more money from them. Now, the pair of queens is high on the table, so they're going to bet, and they're feeling strong. They're like, my pair of queens, that's worth 5. So they throw in 5. This player with a pair of kings is going to stay in for 5, And you know what? I thought I was going to raise this hound, but I'm just going to stay in for 5 and not scare him off yet. Okay, last up card. Here we go. There's a 3, no help there. There's a 5, no help there. And I have a 10. So now this player has 2 pair. I can't see that, but they know it. So they bet first last time. Now they're going to up the bet to 10 because they're feeling really good about their 2 pair. This player is struggling with 1 pair. They're going to stay in for 1 more card. However, the problem is that I'm going to see that person's 10 and I'm going to raise it another 10. I'm feeling really good. This is my time to raise the bet because I think I'm going to win this hand. Now the 2 pair person over here, they're going to stay in because they could get a full house. I don't want them, but they could. Now this player is going, this is a little too much for me, so they fold. Okay, last card is down and dirty, as we say. So let's see how this person did. Uh-oh, they got a full house with queens over 3s. Pretty amazing. And I just got an ace. So my full house is 2s over 6s. So my hand is definitely not the winning hand. However, I would continue to believe that it was, just because a full house is a really good hand. So I raised last, I get to bet, and I would bet 10. Now this player has 3 queens and 2 3s. Their full house is a strong one with queens on the high side. So they're going to see my 10 and raise me another 10. And I'm like, oh, maybe they actually have something. So I'm going to throw in for 10, but I'm not going to raise them. And remember, if I don't raise them back, they can't raise me back. So here we go. I called their bet, so they turn over their down cards, and they show me that they have 3 queens and 2 3s. They have a full house with queens on the top. So I know I don't have that beat. I've got 2s over 6s. So this player would win this nice pot. Okay, let's do another round. Everybody ante up. Here we go, pot's right. We're gonna do the deal. Down, 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 down card, down card, down card, and then the up card. There's a 6, there's a 5, and a deuce for me. Now let's do what we did before. We're gonna put the hidden cards off to the side so we can still see them, but just remember that these cards are hidden from all the other players. Only the player who has them can see them. Okay, so now the 6 is going to bet first. And truthfully, not many of us have much. There's a 3 clubs there. That could go somewhere. But the rest of it is just not a whole lot happening. So this 6 is going to check the bet. They're going to say, I'm not going to bet. Pass it on to this player. This player is going to go, yep, I'll check the bet too. And finally, I'm going to check the bet as well. So that was a free round of poker. No one had to bet to stay in the game. Here we go. There's a 3, a king. That's looking strong. And a 7. Again, nobody has anything yet, although this person needs a 4 for a straight. But that's called an inside straight. The 4 is the only card that will do that. Hard to get. So now the king is high on the table, and they're feeling good, so they're going to bet 1. They're not that good, but they're feeling good. I'm going to see that 1. Now this person's feeling like they're lucky tonight, like they're going to get a straight, so they're going to raise it by 1. This person sees that 1, and yes, I'll see that 1. So now the pot's right. We're going to deal the 3rd up card. There's an ace, a 7 for the 4th club over there. That's looking good. And an ace for me. Again, I really don't have much going on here. This player's looking ace 2, 3, 5, 6, so that didn't help their possible straight. And over here we've got 4 clubs. So 4 clubs is looking like perhaps it's going to be the best hand. But let's see what happens. So this player with their ace gets to bet first. They're going to check again because they still don't have anything. This player with their 4 clubs got 2 more cards to get that 4th club, so they're feeling pretty good. They're actually going to bet 5. They're going to go for it. Now at 5, with my nothing, I am going to fold out of this one. And this player, possible straight, they're going to hang in there. They feel it's worth $5. They won a big pot last hand, so let's see what happens. Up card, there's a 9, no help there. And we got an 8, no help there. Except we do have a 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's also a possible straight, but it's not an inside straight. Check it out. They could get a 9 and have a straight, or they could get a 4. And that's a much better straight to draw for. This hand is really going nowhere fast. This hand is like, not so hot either. So we're going to bet 2 for this guy. They're feeling like, let's keep the betting going. and this person's going to bet 2 as well. So they're going to see that 2. Put in a 5, take out 3 is the same thing. Last card, down and dirty. There we go. So let's see how this player did. 5, they just didn't get anything. All kinds of ways to maybe get to a straight, but they're not there. They have basically an ace-high hand. Now let's see how this player did. They got a 5, no flush, no straight, but they do have a pair of 5s. Now this is a challenging hand. This player's got the winning cards, but they don't really feel good about a pair of 5s. It's not a big hand. They really can't see what this person could have, but there's all kinds of possibilities for ways to beat this pair of 5s. So let's see how the betting might go. This player would have first bet, so they're going to check the bet. They're not feeling really confident. And this player with their pair of 5s probably checked the bet also, so that's a check. So nobody bet for this round. Now we just show our cards. And of course, this player with a pair of 5s, and then this player with basically ace high, we win here. So that's 7-card stud. The reason I like this game is there's a lot of betting rounds. There's 5 betting rounds, so that can get pretty dynamic. The other thing is that you see 4 of your opponent's cards. So you have a pretty decent window into what they might or might not have, but with 3 of their cards hidden, there's plenty of uncertainty as well. I just like this game with 4 or 5 people around the table because there's a lot of action, there's a lot of betting, there's a lot of talking, and all of that. So there you have it. That is 7-card stud. Now that you've watched the video, take a moment to review what you learned in your mind and make sure you have a good grasp of this game. You can always watch the video again if you want to go over some of the finer points. And if you enjoyed the video, please click like or subscribe.